Welcome
I was recording?
everybody.
Oh, sorry, I'm talking
Yeah.
already.
Well, no, you're
There was
good.
no there was no
Right.
countdown.
Uh,
I realized it's a different program.
oh
Sorry.
yeah. It's
Go
not the
ahead.
usual. All right. We're a little rusty. It's been a couple weeks off, but welcome everybody back to the Lakeside Fantasy Podcast, where we don't have the answers, but neither do the experts. Sorry, we didn't really give anybody a heads up that we were going to be away for 2 weeks, but it was just some vacation, getting a
We're
little bit
living.
relaxing in before the drafts, the stressful drafts that are coming up.
We're living.
Yeah.
Even after that mock draft episode, I was so stressed. We all had to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's why you mock draft, right? And sit on those regrets or victories.
Yep.
But
We got a couple of our actual drafts coming up this week.
yeah,
After that, we might need another vacation.
I think so.
But
Now I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm so ready. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone should be feeling good at this point. You haven't done 30 mock drafts yet. You're not ready. You got to do more mock drafts. We have no plan for this episode tonight, so we're just hanging out and talking. But something that I have noticed from doing multiple mock drafts, like a lot of mock drafts, is that it puts you in so many different situations where it's like, oh, would I rather have this player or this player? And you're like, it makes you rethink your strategy and just it simulates your actual draft so that like when our draft is coming later this week, I'm feeling pretty good. Like I'm feeling like I know who I want and I know of multiple scenarios in which I have these couple players or these couple players, and I kind of know already my mindset of which way I'm going. So my recommendation is do a bunch of mock drafts. Like do a bunch. Do them all over the board, like one. Do pick 5, do pick 8, because it's totally different back half of your draft compared to the first like 3 picks. So just mix it up for sure.
yeah, you want to practice each draft position at least 30 times each, and then you'll be truly ready for whatever comes at you.
If you're not putting fantasy football as a full-time job, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, this is it. You're managing a team. You gotta be committed to these players. They're not gonna be committed to you.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's some good advice.
So preseason's underway.
Yeah, have you guys been watching much preseason or?
Here and there.
Here and there.
Here and there.
Yeah. I've just been seeing highlights, to be honest.
Yeah.
But anybody?
I
was just gonna say, anybody we liking from preseason?
Kenny Pickett's look real good.
He does.
Kenny Pickett looks real good, and I don't know if he's gonna be week 1 starter, but I think that bodes well potentially for Steelers pass catchers and that offense in general. If Kenny Pickett is looking legit, I mean it's preseason, so, but it's definitely a good sign for the Steelers as a whole, and potentially their trio of wide receivers. George Pickens had that insane touchdown catch with the toe tap. If you guys saw that highlight,
I did see that.
Yeah, that was exciting.
That was crazy.
yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I mentioned, or go ahead, Connor.
Oh, I was just gonna say about like rookie quarterbacks in general. Like, I still wouldn't be confident in that offense. Like, trying to think of any rookie quarterback coming in that really went off or like really elevated a team. Like, I guess like a recent one was Herbert.
That's came to my mind. Yeah.
Feels kind of rare though. So.
Yeah, definitely more
For
rare
sure.
than not.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling Kyle this a little bit before we started recording, but I mean, I think a lot of people are like really down on the Steelers offense when I don't necessarily see a huge drop off from last year, because last year's offense was pretty horrendous, and I don't see how it gets much worse than that. So, me personally, I'm not afraid of like Deontay Johnson. Like I'm not afraid to pick him up. I mean, the guy gets open consistently. And I think if like any number one wide receiver who can get open consistently, I think that's definitely worth a pick.
I agree with you. I I don't shy away from Diontae Johnson. I feel like Claypool and George Pickens I do more. So I see on a lot of like the mock drafts I'm doing, George Pickens like ADP is just going like shooting up.
Yeah,
I mean it's
it's gotta slow
understandable.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
it's gotta
super
slow
comfortable
down.
picking him, but like he has a lot of highlights already, just from preseason and even just training camp. And the Deontay Johnson to me feels pretty safe. George Pickens to me feels pretty risky, but
Yeah, I mean, and there's even Pat Fryermuth on that team, who's a top receiving option on that team too. So
yeah, he's a good tight end.
Mhm.
yeah, there's just a lot of mouths to feed, I feel like, on that offense. And there's not really a quarterback talented enough to feed all of them at once. So,
Like
yeah.
even like Claypool, I'm a little like anyone outside of Deontay Johnson. I'm not. We don't know what this offense is gonna like look like QB wise.
Yeah.
But whoever is under center, I do think Deontay Johnson is gonna get enough targets to warrant first like 5-6 rounds pick.
Yeah. I'm okay with picking up Najee Harris. I'm okay with picking
Yeah.
up Deontay Johnson. Everybody else can, I mean, I'm not going after.
Yeah. Sorry, Steelers. I'm looking at I'm looking at a list of like preseason risers and fallers. One that has looked really good. The one game that I did catch, I watched a good amount of it, was the Texans game. Dameon Pierce, rookie running back, pretty good. That's pretty good. Not a ton of competition. I can't even tell you what their depth chart is off the top of my head.
They have
For running back.
Marlon Mack, right?
Marlon Mack, yeah, and Marlon Mack is a pretty good running back too, though. So they might go with more of a committee. They might not, but from what we've seen of Dameon Pierce, he looked pretty good in the first preseason game, and then pretty sure in the second preseason game they actually held him out of the game, which might bode well in that he's I think I saw a sleeper notification that he was kind of like running with the ones at training camp too. So
yeah.
maybe a rookie running back's target.
I think I saw the coach saying that he wants to like see the other running backs play, which is why he didn't play Dameon Pierce, which I think is a really good sign because that kind of tells me it's like, okay, well, if the coach is saying you he already saw enough with Dameon Pierce, now he wants to see the other guys, that kind of tells me he might be locked into that number one role.
Yeah, and that's pretty exciting. I mean, the Texans' offense is, but when you're getting a potentially an RB1 where he's being drafted, it's a pretty good gamble to take.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with the starting running back on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially that late. But I do think it will probably be more of a committee. I mean, he'll be the number one guy, I think, but it's still a committee.
Yeah. Maybe worth a 10th, 11th round, wherever he's being taken. Like looking for a rookie running back. He's looking promising.
And it gets really interesting when it's different leagues with like keepers or the dynasty leagues. Like it's looking pretty good in those formats, more than the redraft.
Yeah, for sure.
So, any other preseason risers and fallers? I'm looking at like stats. I didn't catch a ton of games, but those were the few that I had on my radar. Oh, we got to see a little bit of Travis Etienne. Looks like he took 8 carries for 29 yards.
Yeah, I don't know how
People
I feel
are
about ETN.
Yeah, people are hyping him up. I mean, he was a crazy good college player.
Yeah, but James Robinson, isn't he? Like he might be coming back week 1, right?
Yeah,
That's a
we're not.
possibility.
It's a possibility. They're not entirely sure, I don't think, but it is a possibility. And I'm biased. I had James Robinson. I really like James Robinson, but it could be more of a committee than people think. But
Yeah,
maybe not.
like
I don't know.
ETN's going in like the 3rd round, isn't he?
He's going pretty high, yeah, like first 4
Yeah.
rounds.
I don't know how I would feel about drafting a player that might guaranteed have like 50% of his workload taken away.
Well, that's the thing. When it was James Robinson, like that's what they had. It was just James Robinson, you know. Now they know James Robinson is a productive running back. So if I
It's
were
not
the
like they're not
Jacksonville
going to use.
Jaguars, yeah, if I were the Jacksonville Jaguars, I would utilize both of those players, especially with the crazy stats that James Robinson was putting up. Whether they do that or not, I don't know. Maybe they just hate him and just don't. But people are going crazy over
It
ETN.
it could be a similar situation to what the Packers are doing, where AJ Dillon's going to be the main like rushing running back, and then Aaron Jones would be the catching or the pass
Yeah.
catching back. Because I don't think ETN's very big, so I think in the Jaguars offense he's going to be more focused on catching passes, and James Robinson will be the main rusher in that backfield. But the only thing is, like, the reason why I like Aaron Jones way more than ETN is because it's the Packers offense, and I know they're going to score points.
Right. Yeah, people are definitely hyped up on ETN, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays off. To me, I view him as more of a risk than I think others do, and it's kind of sounding like maybe you do too, Matt. But I don't actively seek him out in mock drafts. If he falls, which he never does in these mock drafts because they go based off ADP, then I'd consider it more. But 4th round, 3rd round, whatever his ADP is rose to.
Yeah, I'm
Risky.
definitely hesitant.
He's more of a target if to me if you do no running back in the first like 2 rounds, then maybe I'd be more willing to take that risk.
Yeah. Seems like he's more of a like scarcity situation where you got to take a running back at some point, and I mean he could be the number 1 guy, or even like I know there was talks when he was drafted, like even like putting him in the slot as a receiver, or as a pass catching back. Yeah, I see him as like a very high risk, high reward kind of player. I think a lot of people are like, I'm willing to take that risk.
I mean, that pays off. It'll definitely pay off, especially in PPR with him. I don't hate taking ETN. It's just a little risky. I'm just looking at I pulled up our draft board that we did for the last episode, and I'm just looking like so. ETN was taking over Elijah Mitchell, Antonio Gibson, J.K. Dobbins, A.J. Dillon, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Miles Sanders. And I mean, I feel like I would take ETN over all of them.
PPR, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I might would rather have Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, that's the one that I was kind of like, but I feel like I would go ETN over Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean yeah. It's not a lot of appealing running backs around there.
I've learned recently of the term running back dead zone. I don't know if you guys have heard of that or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that starts like fourth round, fifth round, sixth round, where there's just your running back uh, value or talent or whatever you want to say considerably drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the
Which makes
unfortunate thing. Like, it kind of feels like you have to take them 1, 2, first round, second round running backs, and you're missing out on the top receivers. And
Yeah.
like, hate doing that, but when you look at like running backs going in the third, fourth, fifth round, there's like not much there.
Yeah. I have done some mocks where I'll do wide receiver. Like me and Matt just did one like before you hopped on, Connor.
Mhm.
And I did Justin Jefferson, then I did Deebo Samuel. And the reason I did Deebo Samuel with the second pick is because like the next closest like running back that I wanted was Saquon, and I just viewed Deebo as more of a sure thing than Saquon, and I was like, let's just see how this goes. Let's just do receiver, and then go from there. And I was definitely feeling the running back dead zone. Like I just felt like I was up against a wall where I was just like, I got to take a running back here. I can't wait any longer, but I'm not like thrilled about my options. Like I'd rather take this receiver or this player over these running backs, but now I'm feeling forced to. It's not a great feeling.
Yeah. And like Josh Jacobs as like your RB1. I mean, that's kind of hard to look at.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But you can really hit on getting those top tier wide receivers. Like you can get some high scoring weeks with them.
Yeah. Another strategy that I had heard recently was I'm not super big into like the positional strategies. Like obviously we talked about this in other episodes where like we really like taking running backs early. But another one positional strategy I heard of that I kind of like was the running back, receiver, tight end, first 3 rounds. Like you just get one of each first 3 rounds, and I mean it's not going to be that picture perfect probably in your drafts based on ADP and people are reaching for players or whatnot. But did a few mock drafts where I did that strategy just to see how it would go. And they were pretty balanced teams. If you're getting guys you actually like in those first 3 rounds, like you're cool taking a tight end here or whatnot. But I thought that was an interesting strategy.
Yeah, could definitely see that as, get one sure guy for each position. Be a valuable thing.
Yeah, I definitely like that strategy. Like Connor said, it would be nice to have like a sure thing for each position. For this year, I might be more in the boat of just going running back heavy, at least in the first couple rounds. Because, like you said, once you get to that dead zone, like that running back dead zone, I'd rather turn to like wide receivers in that area rather than whatever running backs are available.
Definitely. I feel like whenever like whatever strategy you implement, it's always going to be it has to be fluid, and you have to be reacting to what your league mates are doing, right? Like if everyone is going so running back heavy, like you got to take that into consideration then,
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I just feel like positional strategies don't always pan out the way you want them to, just because you have to react to what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
And above all, just take players you like. Take players you actually want, not just what ADP is telling you.
Yeah, it's definitely you always got to stay aware of what's being presented in front of you. So, yeah, don't stick to your guns on whatever strategy you have coming into the draft. Just be ready to deviate from whatever you have planned.
Because you can always trade later on. You have lots of talent, and you are in a need for a position. You can always make a trade. I know, Matt, you're always looking for those steals, taking advantage of people.
I'm I'm that one player that's trying to like propose a trade with every team like every week. like I'm I'm excited for when the season actually gets started. I'm ready to start throwing out some trade ideas or like sell high, buy low kind of players. Like I love that kind of stuff.
Maybe this will be the year that a trade gets vetoed. maybe you'll add that to your resume.
Yeah. I feel like there should have been some trades that should have been vetoed before. But yeah, definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, 100% Connor. Like if everyone is going like running back heavy for like the first round and like you get like Jamar Chase like early second round, like you gotta smash that.
Like for sure.
And you could probably flip that into like getting a good receiver and a good running back if you really wanted to. Like you could go really heavy in one position and then just plan to trade like even before the season starts. Try to make some moves because I do like trying to play that game.
I will say, speaking from experience, the one year that I did go super running back heavy in the draft, not initially because everyone was like feeling cool with their teams. Not initially, people were hitting me up for trades, but like by week like 6, 7, 8, people were having running back injuries. Teams were not performing where they thought their team was going to be, and I was getting a ton of just like people just offering me trades, just trying to get one of like I had three starting running backs, and people were just trying to get like one of them from me because it was almost just desperation. They just needed one, which is also I think why I subscribe more to the take running back in the first 2 rounds than not. But that's my own experience with going heavy on one position and trading later.
Yeah, that's something I experienced last year in my other fantasy league. I had Derrick Henry, and obviously he went down. And I was looking at the league like, okay, who has an extra running back? And it was like, not many people. It was just like either had like one or two actually ones I would like. So it was like, it's kind of dry. So it would be nice to be in that position where you have many running backs and people are coming to you, you know. I don't know. But like, trades are, I'm not one to usually do trades because I'm looking for the home run. Like, I'm not trying to trade like laterally, you know. But I'm also not the guy to offer those home run trades.
We've been close to some deals. We've been very close.
Yeah, that one year I took Davante Adams. Well, first because he's Davante Adams, but I knew you would probably want to trade for him, so I was like, see what he offers. You were lowballing me.
Oh well, yeah. You can't start off with a fair offer. That's all I gotta say. You gotta see where their head's at first before you start doing the real offers.
It's fun times, though. Well, we'll see if we can get a deal done this year.
Yeah. Week before week one even start, after the draft this Saturday or this Friday.
Hitting up people for trades.
Oh yeah. But
I'm looking at our draft board from our last episode. Do you guys have any regrets about your teams? Not any or any players that you think are like excellent values or anything like that. Just looking at our draft board.
let me share my screen so we can actually, or the people at home can see what we're looking at. Uh, um, Oh man. Here we go. Yeah, this is the one we did. Can you guys see that?
See, watch stream. Oh wait, here we
no.
go. See
You
something?
guys, do you not see the draft board?
I see stream paused. Matt has minimized their app. Oh wait, wait.
Oh, this
Oh,
is
now
weird.
echoes. Oh, this is cool.
All right. Connor, you might just have to show.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was me causing some problems there.
No, I'll have to play with that some other time.
Yeah, but I have the board up.
Cool. So what are we looking for? We're looking for regrets or steals or just anything.
Yeah. Anything that we want to. We didn't do a whole lot of like we did some reacting to it, but we did more of like the live like mock draft. So maybe just nice period of reflection here. Any targets that were missed out or anything really. This is what happens when we don't have a set schedule.
Yeah, I think it's more later on that I might have a little bit more regrets. Because, there's some I was drafting by position, like took those 3 running backs. I don't think those are any bad picks, but like looking around, there's some talent I could have had at like receiver. Um, uh, I may have wanted more than those running backs.
Because you were pretty far past the dead zone running back wise. Like you got Derrick Henry and James Conner, which are pretty solid running backs within the first 3 rounds. And I like the Deebo Samuel pick too. Then like you didn't draft a running back again until like the 8th round. So
Yeah.
yeah, I get that. But like that, I feel like that's a pretty normal thing to happen because once you hit that like 5, 6, 7th round, you're looking at the running backs compared to like other positions, and I always find myself drafting the other positions over the running backs, kind of in those spots.
Yeah, I don't know. Not gonna be that guy, but I'm just looking at my team. I'm like, yeah, I draft that team again.
Hey, that's fun. That's wrong with that. You definitely have a solid lineup. I like your
I
team a
mean,
lot.
yeah, running backs you could say is a little bit shaky because like Brees Hall is definitely not a sure thing.
I guess you got 3 rookies at running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dameon Pierce, Rashad White.
It can be a good thing to go young with running backs. I don't think there's any problem with that. Especially the
Yeah,
ones you took, too. Those are solid running backs, it
yeah,
looks like.
yeah. If Pierce is gonna be the running back 1 for his team, getting a RB1 in the 11th round, that's pretty nice.
Mm.
And Rashad White's just more of like an upside kind of pick. Um, I'm fully expecting him just to ride my bench all year. Yeah, I really like my picks round 7 to 10 with all those receivers.
Um, I like those 4 straight receivers looking real nice.
Yeah.
Those are looking nice. Rounded off with Devontae Adams as your wide receiver 1. That's pretty nice. I personally would do my draft differently right now. I wouldn't have drafted Deshaun Watson. I would have drafted Deshaun Watson. I would not have done that. I would have taken Kadarius Toney over Claypool. I said that in our episode. That was a pretty instant reaction.
Yeah.
And I would have done. Well, a new thing is Michael Thomas has a hamstring injury. Not that that's a huge pressing news, but um, I love I like taking Michael Thomas and I like taking DeAndre Hopkins, but I don't know if I would have done both again. Like I would rather have taken AJ Dillon with one of those two picks, I think, than taking both of those receivers. But other than that, I like my team. Kyle Pitts, I go back and forth on, and that he's going to get a lot of targets, but it's a Falcons offense, so I'm not super confident in it. I really wish Kittle would have fell to me, and you didn't take him, Matt, because I would have taken Kittle, and I would have felt good all day long about it. So this isn't my favorite mock draft that I've done, and those are my regrets. I think that's why I brought this up, and I wanted to bring up my regrets, because I think that is a powerful tool to mock drafts in that you do this and then you kind of sit on it for a little bit and think about it. Like, am I cool with this? Am I cool with this team? Like, if this is my actual team for the entire year, am I cool with this right now, or would I have done things a little bit differently? And I'll own it. I would have done things a little bit differently in this draft, just a little bit.
Yeah, going back to Michael Thomas with that hamstring injury, I mean, that worries me a lot. Personally, I get scared whenever a player has a hamstring injury.
I'm not as scared of my DeAndre Hopkins pick as I am Michael Thomas. Like after that 6-game suspension for Hopkins, I see him coming back and being wide receiver 1 and being a productive receiver. Michael Thomas could very well be on the same level, but I think there's more question marks with him than with Hopkins.
I think so too.
Yeah, especially with like Chris Olave. I mean, he could just do awesome and get a ton of targets too.
And I think I heard Jarvis Landry is having a good camp.
Landry, yeah, and it's not Drew Brees there. It's James Winston,
Who throws the ball more?
True.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I regret a little bit of not waiting a little longer on QB. Like there's a bunch of running backs there, like Ken Walker, Kareem Hunt, or even Rashad Penny, taking one of those Seattle running backs, or even Chase Edmonds. Like could have gone running back there, but and even like who I took, like it's funny how I rated Tom Brady really high up, and he was there when I was taking QB, and
yeah, wait a minute.
Pick Dak.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Wow. It goes fast when you're mock drafting. It goes fast. It does go fast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate taking Dak Prescott over Brady. I think Brady will have a better season, but Dak's gonna get a ton of points too.
Dak's gonna have the better season.
I think Dak's gonna have a better season. I forget our tier list already.
That's not a hot take from me.
Oh yeah, we want to do a hot take episode.
Yeah.
I don't have any hot takes written down. But I think that would be fun. Then people will just start unsubscribing. They heard some more hot takes that we don't necessarily believe.
I'm just gonna say one. I think Russell Wilson's gonna be top 3 QB.
That's a pretty hot take.
Wow. Yeah.
He's got a better offensive line, right? Is that your philosophy?
Yeah, better O-line, more balanced team. I think it's going to be a much better offense than the Seahawks.
I don't know. You think DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, or I guess you say you think Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy are on the same level as DK and Tyler Lockett?
No.
Yeah.
No, not really. But I mean, I don't think it's like a dramatic downgrade. Um, I don't know. I think Russell Wilson's a really good QB, and he's going to make plays.
Three? That is a hot tamale take, dude. Top three.
Mm-hmm.
And let's set the record straight. Do you believe that, or is that?
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
believe that, but like I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's too far out there.
Okay. That's what we need to clarify before we say any hot takes. We don't necessarily believe them, but we can see them within the realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
Now I got to think of one. Dang, Connor, we just had so many hot takes we were saying
I mean,
like the
Matt
other
didn't.
day, and I
Matt
can't
didn't
remember
think they
them.
were hot. I remember that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can go ahead and say them. We can talk through that
Well-
again if you want.
Oh, what was the receiver one I said?
George Pickens.
No, it wasn't George Pickens. I said, hot take. I would take. Who did I said Chris Godwin over Amari Cooper.
Right.
That was a hot take. Chris Godwin over Amari Cooper because ADP disagrees with me there.
Yeah.
And that's semi-hot, but I think I would do that.
I don't see if we're referring
Maybe it's
back
not
to
even hot. Maybe it's not even a hot take.
if we're referring back to the draft board, the two players you just said were drafted like one pick apart.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So that's why I don't think it's that hot of a take, just because the gap's not big enough. Yeah. Like I think I would prefer Chris Godwin over Amari Cooper.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson news makes that a much less hot take, I think.
Yeah.
It's just Chris Godwin's dealing with that injury, but I mean he's been doing a lot of training camp stuff. I think so. I like Chris Godwin.
Yeah, me too. How about this? Like in the first 4 rounds, pick out one player you think is gonna absolutely bust.
Oh, this is fun. This is fun. All right, first 4 rounds.
Yeah, first 4 rounds. Just like one player that sticks out to you, and like you're gonna look back at the end of the season and be like, why was he taken that high up?
Oh, I like this. Okay, we're gonna eat our words here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for me, like looking at it
Boston.
right away, it's Leonard Fournette, late second.
That was the
round.
one that immediately I looked at.
Yeah, that's pretty glaring to me.
I agree. But I'm gonna try to think of another player.
Yeah, I'll think of another one also. You said that one first. For fun.
Oh, we'll limit it to the first 3 rounds actually.
First 3? Okay, that makes it even harder, and I love that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it. Saquon Barkley.
That was my number 2.
Just like...
I mean, even without injury, like just overall efficiency, just not being there. Giants offense sucks. They're always going to be down. They're always going to be trying to come back through the passing game. Like I don't think the Giants offense took a big leap forward from prior season. So I could definitely see Saquon just absolutely busting like he did last season.
This is, I don't know if I believe this, but we're making good entertainment here, guys. And Kamara, Alvin Kamara, that suspension scares me so much. And everyone's just like, oh, no, it's next year. It's going to happen next year. It's going to happen next year. I don't, maybe not. I don't know. The hearings in September, I think.
Okay.
I wanna buy into that. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I go with Kamara. And then I could see a suspension happening.
Okay.
But according to most news outlets in here, suspension is not likely for this season.
Still that suspension risk.
That scares me. You're hinging a lot of your season on Kamara, but you are getting him at a value.
Yeah. Like in our mock draft, Team 5, who has Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara, like everything goes right. That's a nice team.
I liked that. That was fun.
Good. Yeah, there's always
and stressful because I want to eat. We're gonna eat our words, and we don't. Yeah. I don't necessarily believe Kamara's gonna bust, but we had to pick one.
Yeah, but there's always like one or two players that are just like completely not worth where they were drafted at the end of the season.
Let's do last 5 rounds. Last 6 rounds. Yeah, last 6 rounds. Dude who's going to be top 20. Top 15. Twice here. Top 15. In the last 6 rounds. Top 20. It's the last 6 rounds.
I mean, Ja'Marr Chase last year was back here and he was top 3. I mean, it's not too surprising coming from me, but I mean, Allen Lazard, I think he makes the cutoff.
He does make the cutoff. Mine would also be Allen Lazard, which is so not fun, but I'm going to be truthful here.
Yeah, I am being in this one. I am being truthful.
Yes, yeah. We're not putting on a show here.
Yeah, he's going to be the number 1 guy on that offense. So, kind of crazy he's all the way back there, in my opinion. But, I mean, I know one of these guys is going to steal him from me. He's going to try. They're going to try to ransom him back to me.
Hot take. Guy Moore, top 15. Elevates number 1 receiver. 25% target share.
That's a hot tamale take.
That's a hot tamale take. I don't necessarily believe that. But I think Sky Moore would be my second choice. Now, Kadarius Toney would be my second choice down here, actually. But I could totally see Kadarius Toney just being hurt forever.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just always dealing with something.
I don't know. For like top 15 potential, I feel like the quarterback situation, or at least if you're picking a wide receiver, I feel like the quarterback situation's got to be better than Daniel Jones.
Sure. Yeah, I do my second as Sky Moore.
I mean, Tyler Boyd's down there.
Tyler Boyd is down there. Tyler Boyd's a good receiver.
Yeah. The only thing is like T. Higgins and Ja'Marr Chase, but I mean the offense is very good. He's a very good receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Could be his year.
Yeah, he's a very good player. If he wasn't on such like a crowded receiving core, like he He would be a top guy.
Yeah.
All right, now give me like it doesn't matter from what round, but give me your safest players slash pick. Like you're not necessarily all in, but like you can't go wrong picking this player, and like you put your reputation on the line if you're wrong.
Should we do it by round?
We could.
Or is that be too long?
Yeah, we could probably if we do it quickly, we could probably do it. Are we just gonna base it off of our mock draft?
Yeah, I'm just looking at our mock draft, like first
Okay.
round, second round, third. First round, we're staking our reputations on this, right?
Yes.
Our
like this is
reputation.
truthful. We are being 100% honest with this.
Okay. Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Lock.
Jonathan Taylor, absolutely lock.
That's probably my number 2.
I'm saying Austin Eckler. Lock.
Lock. Done. Round 2.
Round 2.
Okay. Round 2 starts getting interesting. I feel like Josh Allen doesn't count. QB.
Good if you want. I'm gonna say Mark Andrews.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm a big believer in Mark Andrews.
I'm gonna say Debo.
I'll go Joe Mixon.
Okay. He is a
round 3. Yeah, Mixon's pretty safe.
Yeah, just solid play.
Each round's getting more interesting.
Safest player.
Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that's a good one.
In PPR, yeah, Keenan Allen. I'm going Keenan Allen also.
Yeah, we
I'd
could
probably have to do all 3. Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say like definitely we can choose the same players for this.
Yeah, we gotta be truthful. We can't put on a show.
Yeah.
No shouting matches.
So that
not necessary.
All 3 of us chose Keenan Allen, so that should probably tell you go after Keenan Allen.
Yeah, dude, he's in PPR. In PPR, I mean, look at his stats. For the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, he has over 130 targets. Last year he had 157 targets. He has Herbert now. Receptions. The last 3 seasons he had over 100 receptions. Last 5 seasons he basically had 100 receptions. I mean PPR. What else you want?
Such a safe pick.
He's so safe.
All right, round 4.
Round 4. Let's go. It's gonna get increasingly difficult.
Are we ignoring QBs?
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore QB just for
okay.
Because I mean I feel like Mahomes and Herbert are both safe. Like I feel like QBs are safe for a while.
Yeah, that's true. This one's a tough one, but I mean I'm gonna have to go Michael Pittman.
I had the same thought. I'm backing Pittman every time.
And we can't all agree, but it's gonna be. I'm gonna go Pittman also.
Yeah, there's so many question marks with literally everybody else.
There's a lot of question marks with players in this round, but Pittman is cute.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt Ryan now. I mean, can only go up, right?
Mm-hmm. Big believer in Pittman.
I am too. Round 5. It's getting tricky now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you're getting into the territory of where no one's a lock. So now
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
who you think's
So
gonna
now,
be.
yeah, now it's like who's the safest. We don't say we're not putting our reputations on the line anymore
Okay,
because we're
yeah,
in round 5.
yeah.
Um,
I probably say Mike Williams. Just in that high-powered offense.
I wanted to say Mike Williams also. I'm gonna say Mike Williams also. That's so lame. We're all
Yeah,
agreeing, but I
Yeah.
agree.
yeah.
I
There's
really
no
do.
injury concern. High-powered offense.
I
He's
mean,
number two guy.
I might be going Cortland Sutton.
Okay.
Which you know, you might not look at and be like, that's a safe pick. But I'm seeing Russell Wilson coming into that offense, and he's a top receiver on there. I'd say that's pretty safe.
Yeah, yeah. I will say if this was like an actual draft, I would pick Sutton over Mike Williams. But I think Mike Williams is going to be a safer pick than Sutton.
I think I'm in agreement with that. Mike Williams is coming off his best season, especially with Herbert there. I just
Yeah.
think that's he's pretty safe because he got a lot of he's a big play guy for sure.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
But like you
started off
said,
like he started off really hot, but then he kind of fizzled out.
yeah,
But
Yeah, yeah. He sometimes relies on the big plays, but I mean, he does it often. So.
yeah.
round 6.
Brandon Cooks.
Is wait, Brandon Cooks is in this round. It has to be Brandon Cooks. Oh my god, 1,000 yards, 100%,
Yeah,
1,000 yards guaranteed.
if we're being consistent with what we've been saying, I gotta go Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, yeah.
Cooks. I part of me wanted to say AJ Dillon.
I was close to saying him or even Dalton Schultz.
I was gonna say Dalton. Yeah, AJ Dillon, Dalton Schultz, and Brandon Cooks to me. I was in between, but like you said, Brandon Cooks is here, and like, how many years in a row does he have 1,000 yards? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 2019 he didn't have it. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of his 8 seasons. He's had at least 1,000 yards with the Texans. Well, with the Rams.
A bunch of different
he's
teams.
yeah.
He keeps proving the doubters wrong.
QBs were questionable. 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards. Yeah, it's got to be Brandon Cooks, dude. You agree with that, Connor?
Yeah, definitely
yeah.
Brandon Cooks there.
Okay.
Round 7.
Round 7.
I'm putting my reputation on the line for this one. I'm gonna say Rashad Bateman.
I do like Bateman.
Yeah. He's gonna have a larger role, so. I mean, I gotta go with the Bear, right? Darnell Mooney.
I was kind of looking at Darnell Mooney.
Wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
You liking Justin Fields, Connor? As a thrower?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it's the O-line and him not having time to really be comfortable in the pocket, make the reads and everything, and it hasn't really gotten better. But I do have confidence in him.
Okay. Oh, who'd you say? Kyle.
I like Mooney and I like Bateman. I'm gonna say Mooney's safer.
Okay.
in that he had 140 targets last year. And I could totally see Rashad Bateman getting a ridiculous amount of targets this year. But I think he's just slightly less safe in that we kind of haven't seen it. I feel like you're buying a little bit more potential with Bateman. Although I do believe that potential. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. Round 8.
Devontae Smith. Go Birds.
This
I
this one this one's interesting.
I genuinely believe what I'm saying now. I'm not being biased. I think the safest pick here is Devontae Smith.
I've got a couple players in mind. Chase Edmonds comes to mind. Gabriel Davis. I mean, I know you're kind of buying into upside if you go with him. Where Devontae Smith, we've seen what he can do. My pick would probably be Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
Chase Edmonds might be a slight sleeper.
Yeah,
He's going pretty late.
I think he could do very well in that offense.
Yeah.
I'm probably taking Gabriel Davis. Just that offense and being like one of the top receivers there, like, and yeah, like, haven't seen as much from him, but I feel like I could trust Gabriel Davis there.
He had a crazy postseason, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did he do really well?
4 touchdowns in that one game. Yeah, I was close to picking him. It's a toss-up. Round 9.
Okay.
Allen Lazard. Reputation on the line. It's a lock. I've been preaching this all preseason.
I target Lazard in a lot of my mock drafts.
So is that your pick?
I'm gonna
Could
go
argue.
Robert Woods.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could argue Robert Woods.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Robert Woods is my pick for safest in this round. Although I think the ceiling of Lazard is higher than Robert Woods.
Yeah. I was thinking Woods too, but just knowing he's coming off an injury, you know. And my first thought was Dawson Knox. And I think I'm going to stick with that. Just like a solid tight end on a good team.
Yeah.
Getting him pretty late too.
Mm-hmm.
9th round. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Round 10. Now it's getting interesting. Safest round 10 pick, if that's even a thing.
I probably have to say Ramondre Stevenson.
I'm gonna say Alexander Madison. Well,
I guess in terms of if Dalvin Cook goes down.
I mean, yeah, I kind of like. I don't even know if that counts because like that's if he's playing. Like,
yeah, I don't think that counts.
Oh,
I feel like that if you're expecting him to play, I think that's a really risky pick.
Yeah.
Like, I think safest pick is.
Rethink this.
Are we still not going QBs? Because Kirk Cousins is down there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not happy about it, but like, it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
He is.
I mean, I think safety's out the window in this round. But if I were to say I'm drafting just based on safety, I guess I would go Christian Kirk.
Okay.
Yes. In that he's a number one receiver going in 10th round.
That would have been my second pick.
Round, 11. 11. %1,000% Michael Gallup for me.
Yeah, he's just got that injury though, right?
Yeah. Yes. He's coming off an ACL and an MCL tear. That's not looking great. I think if he plays number 2 receiver for the Cowboys, he's safe. He's safe. We've already seen flashes from him in wide receiver 3 role. I mean, he's already had an over 1,000-yard season, and I totally see him getting 1,000 yards if he's playing.
Okay.
The thing that brings it into question is the injury.
Yeah.
I guess you can make the other argument would be, for me, would be Tyler Boyd, because that I almost want to switch it to Tyler Boyd. Just talking about the injury.
Yeah. I think mine might be Cole Kmet. I think he is going to command a large target share in that Bears offense as like the number 2 receiver out there.
Okay. He had flashes. I remember he was a waiver wire player.
Yeah. I think he could be a safe tight end pick all the way back here.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with both of your picks. Like there's a lot of good safe picks here. Like none like too great, but like safe. I mean, I'd probably go with Tyler Boyd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think last
switch mine to
season
Tyler Boyd.
he like almost got 1,000 yards. Like all 3 of his wide receivers. Like I think T. Higgins and Jamar Chase got 1,000, and Tyler Boyd was just under it.
828. Pretty close. And I mean, I'm just looking at stats right now. Last 4 seasons, he had 828, and he had 841. I'm working backwards. So 828, 841, 1,046, 1,028. And 2018, he had 7 touchdowns. So I'll switch mine to Tyler Boyd. I think maybe the ceiling's higher with Gallup, but if we're truly picking just safety, then it's gonna be Boyd. It's gonna be Boyd.
Yeah, it'll definitely be my second pick.
Round 12.
I'm not liking this round. Jakobi Meyers, maybe.
Yeah, mine is Jakobi Meyers.
Yeah.
He saw a lot of targets last year.
Yeah, I think Mac Jones is gonna make some progress this season, pass some more, and I think Jakobi Meyers is the number 1 guy or number 1 receiver there. So I think that's a safe pick.
I like Hunter Henry slightly for the same reasons, in that he has Mac Jones, and I can see him getting a good amount of touchdowns. Like last year, he had 9 touchdowns.
Yeah. Him and Mac Jones were like in sync when they got down to the red zone.
Yeah. I think Hunter Henry is a little bit less safe in that he has pretty significant injury history, if I remember it. Like last season, he played most games. Season before that, he did pretty well, actually.
Yeah, I can't remember.
2019, he missed 6 games. 2018 doesn't want to look.
when he was with the Chargers, I remember he had a lot of injuries that took him out of the season. Yeah, I'd probably go Myers too. Oh.
Consensus.
Nice. So go after Keenan Allen, go after Jacoby Myers.
And
round 13. Well, I mean, these are just
defense kickers.
Yeah.
Justin Tucker. Safest leg in the NFL.
I will agree with that. Justin Tucker is a sure thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Round 14 round 14.
14. The Colts defense.
Yeah, I'd say Colts defense.
Yeah, since we went kicker last round, I'll go defense this time. So yeah, I would say Colts defense too. All right.
There it is. And that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Now maybe on a future episode, we do the same thing, but we pick out like the highest upside player.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Highest ceiling.
Yeah. Connor, how long have we been recording?
It's been about an hour.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys are feeling.
We can call it there. I feel we've been having some really long episodes, and we don't even have we're just going right now. We don't even have a schedule or anything, so I'm cool with an hour episode.
Yeah. I mean, we've been trying to hit the 45 to hour mark for a while now, so yeah, I think
we did
it's a good ending point. Yeah.
We just need to not have a schedule, and then we can do it.
That makes no sense, but.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Yep. What do we got? What do we have next? I don't know if we have anything planned or scheduled. The season's coming up, so maybe we can talk about what our plans are for like our routine schedule for NFL season.
Yeah, that'd be good to touch on. I know like our actual league drafts are throughout this week, so we could also talk about what we notice in like actual drafts that we have with real people and not robots.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll have some more guidance for next episode compared to this one. But this was fun.
This was fun. I like this one.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe at Lakeside Fantasy. Hit up Google. They have not contacted us for our sponsorship. And also hit up Matthew Berry. We haven't heard back from him yet. So, and I know that you guys are pretty excited about having him on the show. So yeah. let him know.
Yeah. Any final words, Connor?
No. Just good luck if your drafts are coming up. Hopefully, our advice will help you out. So yeah.
Yeah, if you are drafting this week, remember from this episode, draft Keenan Allen, draft Brandon Cooks, and then draft who's the last guy?
Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers. Those are your three guys you need to win your league.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
That's
third.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. First, second, third round.
You'll have the safest fantasy team out there.
Oh yeah. We guarantee it. We have our reputation on the line. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
See ya.
See ya.